Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to Follow the Bradley's Fun with me, your host, yours truly, Ron E. Bradley. Good morning. I hope that wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day. Speaking of the day, as of the recording, this today is, I believe, is it Thursday? Thursday? The third day? Thursday and the third day of July 2025. July the 3rd, 2025. Oh my goodness gracious. I really do. I hope that you're having a beautiful, wonderful, phenomenal morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night. Depending on what side of the globe you're on, could be middle of the night, could be middle of the day. Oh my goodness gracious me. I want to say welcome in to everybody. I see people coming in here. Hopefully I look okay to everybody. I see that Jill's fighting some of the what do we call it, the creepy crawly crud off. So am I, Jill, as it turns out. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a little bit. I just want to say welcome to everybody first. Everybody that's coming in the house, thank you guys so much for being here today. We appreciate that. Guys, I wasn't here yesterday, and Jill can speak to whatever she's feeling and says. Well, first of all, let me just say this. You guys, you do give me the energy to come here. And when I miss a day, I really, really want to come back so bad because you guys are like my gigawatts, my energy, my energon. You know, the energon, like it was to the Transformers of old, the Autobots and Decepticons, how they needed their energon. You are mine. You're my energon, the energon that gets this guy to transform and roll out of bed in the morning to be here with you.
A toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy! This stuff's the greatest!
Yes, this stuff is the greatest. But now you know you are the greatest. You are the greatest audience on YouTube. And I thank each and every one of you for being here this morning. And as we get back to trying to do every day what I love to do, which is be here with you to tell you all the news that should be fun. And today's a Thursday, so today's a full day, right? You start off here with Follow the Bradley's Fun, hopefully the Daily Dish, and then you move on to Culture Casino right after this, and then we move on from the Daily Dish, Culture Casino 6-Minute Daily, to That Park Place Morning Magic, to WDW Pro, and then after that, probably just goes to the Pro Radio on a Thursday. I'm not really sure. Why did that Thundercracker fall over from Energon? Because it was some powerful, powerful Energon that he was drinking. I don't know. I guess they had a tainted Energon. Maybe they were getting a little sloshed. So before I say hi to everybody, I'll tell you my story. Monday night, I was on the Pro Show from 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. Now, I'm usually in bed by 10 and asleep by 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, so I can get up early and try to wake up at 6 or 7 o'clock to get things ready for the show, be here with you at 9:30. So Monday was a late night. Tuesday was the last day that my Disney World Pixie Pass is operational this week because I'm blocked out for all of the 4th of July holiday, and Disney considers all of the 4th of July holiday to apparently include Wednesday the 2nd for some reason that they don't really need to. But it's not like there's a ton of people going to Disney right now. There really aren't. But they included the 2nd as part of the holiday. Whether I did or not would not matter. So you have the 2nd of July and 3rd of July, 4th of July, 5th of July, 6th of July. So 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, all of those days, Tom Sawyer's Island and the Liberty Bell will be open. But if you have a Pixie Pass, they are not open for me because I am blocked out all of those days. So with some help from friends, we got all of us in on the last day that we could get in with my Pixie Pass and help from my family. And yeah, and then Dan's Life with the Kingdom says he's blocked out as well. And do you have Sorcerer Pass, Dan? Which one do you have? Dan says he's blocked out as well. So not blocked out of Universal, not blocked out of SeaWorld by any means. So we're good to go for there. But a pixie duster? No, I'm not a pixie duster by any means. I just have you got the Pirate Pass. So there's Pixie Dust Pass, Pirate Pass. Pixie Pass is the lowest pass. So it's just I have it so that I can get to the parks as I need to get some footage when I need to and whatever, but I just don't want to give I honestly don't want to give the Disney company any more money than I have to do what I need to do for work right now. I wish they were better, but so it was our family's last chance to go to Tom Sawyer's Island. So Monday I rode the Liberty Bell for the last time. You all saw that. If you hear, it was live and that is on the channel. Tuesday we went, and by the time we got to the island, it was pouring down rain. We did not bring an umbrella. We did not have ponchos on. We got soaking wet. It was basically like a water play area for us. It was flooded. The island flooded. There were parts of the island that were easily under 6 inches of water when we're stepping down. It was a mess, but we had a blast. We had a really good time. We had a lot of fun, but I was soaked wet for several hours. So that probably lowered my immunity a little bit. And that, along with going late 2 days in a row, that is why I was not able to be here yesterday. I'm hopefully on the mend. I've still got a couple of sneezes that come out every now and again, but hopefully we're better. We're okay. Man, this thing is so old. This says it's the Big Shot. This is from when I worked at the Stratosphere Tower in Las Vegas, which was 1999. 1999, 2000, and 2001. And then those same years, I also worked as a gondolier at the Venetian Hotel. So, oh my goodness, let me say hi. That's my story of why I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. And I know that Jill is working on overcoming that too. I see that from the comments. So let me say hi to everybody that is here. We have Snortapoopus, Q-Burr, first in the house, first through the door this morning. Thank you, Burr, for being here. Saw a lot of polar bears the other day when I was at SeaWorld and went on what I call soaring over the Arctic. They, of course, can't call it that. They don't call it Wild Arctic anymore. What do they call it? Expedition Odyssey, which is a strange name, Expedition Odyssey, but that's what they call it. It should be Arctic Expedition Odyssey, but anyhow, we've got Jill Powers, the River Daughter, says, "Good morning, Follow the Bradley's Fun and Snortapoopus Q-Burr, my favorite polar bear." So when I went to see when I went to see the Expedition Odyssey, there's lots of polar bears in that thing. It's very cool. I'll tell you about the experience in a little bit. Hi. This is me saying hi. Good morning, everybody. Jill says, and this is going to be a little bit on what our main story is about. It's amazing to me, father and child both survived that fall. Most of the time, a drop like that would be fatal. I am curious about that. Now, the father, 4 stories, 40 feet drop, easily not fatal because if you know how to go in the water, going feet first and you hold your nose, you're good. But my question is, did the 5-year-old know that? yeah, if you smack the water the wrong way, absolutely, the water can be can act almost as if it's a solid. But if you go in feet first or arms first, if you know, like, I'm wondering if the 5-year-old knew how to, like, once they fell, somehow held her nose or something to go in and be safe. I have no idea, but yeah, that's it's a crazy story. We're gonna get to it, and I'm glad it's a good ending to the story. Tom F says, good morning, y'all, and Avarice Carmageddon morning, everyone. Equus Heart is also here. Hello, dear. Thank you for being here today. Who else is here? Jill and Avarice. How about the TT 3.0 injuring? Oh, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to get to that story or not. So there's a lot of theme park stories right now. Because there's another one we're going to get to this morning. But yeah, that one too. And I'm supposed to go on test track on the 9th of July. So I hope they've got everything fixed because I really don't want to get injured. Andy W is here. Says good morning. Yeah. I don't know, but we're going to get to the details that I have that were updated as far as I know today or perhaps late yesterday. Yes, Jill, hope you feel better soon and hope I feel better soon. And Jill, of course, also says, yeah, thanks, me too. I have too much to do to be sick. I'm in the same boat as you. I have way too much to do to be sick. Kathleen Fantazi, my mom is in the house. Good morning, Mom. Good to see you here. Always good to have the support of your parents. Extreme meme. Yes, everybody that gets it. Cherry for the extreme meme. I love the cherries. Tanner Stanley, good morning. Very good to see you here as always. Tom F is a wrenchin in the house. I appreciate that, Tom. It's always Monday to me. Dan's Life of the Kingdom says Duncan sounds good right about now. Yeah, it's always good. I love get the day started with Duncan. Pam Empson is here. And says hope all is well. Well, we're working on all becoming well. And Dan's a pirate. Yes, I realize this, Tom. I knew it was a play on the past name. I got that. Yes, I got it, Tom. Yeah, pirate. Yeah, which is funny because you're a pirate, like in real life. I use a pirate. Arg. I love Tom F in his pirate suit. I gotta get that on the channel. I gotta find those texts that you sent me and put them up on the channel. I'll do it as a reward. Our theater, Jill says, our theater was packed with several showings, auditoriums of Jurassic World Rebirth. A lot to unpack, and it was hella hot yesterday. Ugh. I don't know when I'm going to get to see any of the. Is that out? I didn't even realize that was out. I thought it wasn't coming out until Thursday. Maybe they released it early because of the whole July 4th thing, and they're calling a weekend. They're calling it a weekend, but it's really 6 days. Gotta love it when movies do that. Oh, we scored $1 billion over the weekend, but it was really 6 days. Let's see, Snort, Avarice. Oh, thank you very much. Lots of juices, rest, warm liquids. I'm doubling up on the vitamin C and the quercetin and zinc and vitamin D, all that stuff. And rest. 7:30, my local theater nearly sold out for Rebirth. I have heard good things, not about the Jurassic Park story in Rebirth, but about the dinosaurs. So my understanding is if you're in it just to watch the really cool dinosaurs, apparently the dinosaurs look for the first time better than they actually did in the first Jurassic Park movie. And there are some sequences from the original Jurassic Park book that didn't make it into any of the movies that make it into this movie. So that's what I've heard. Culture says it's a waste of money, but I mean, it just depends on if you just want to go see some dinosaurs and really don't care how big the story is. I remember one time going to either Jurassic Park 2 or 3, and we went to the drive-in theater to see it. This was back around the year 2000, I think. And I could have cared less about the actual movie. It was just about the experience of going to a drive-in. So sometimes that happens. Sometimes you just want to get out and go be entertained, and you don't really care how good of a movie it is or how great the story is. That's fine. Stuttering Guitarist is in the house. Dan's Life says we should be fine. I'm sure the door will remain. He's talking about Test Track. Stuttering Guitarist says, please take care, brother. I can only stay here for about 10 minutes. Have to write up on a hockey tournament. Well, thank you for coming in and checking in, leaving the like. By the way, if you haven't left a like, please leave a like on the video. We appreciate that. It helps out the algorithm, getting this thing out to as many people as possible. Hi, Ron. For fun, I'd love to hear what kind of sports bar restaurant you would open, like you mentioned in Tom's post yesterday. Tom, yeah. I'm not going to tell you on the show. I'll tell you privately, Jonathan. It's an idea that has been in my head for years. But I don't drink, so it would be really funny. I've got other ideas for other restaurants that I've talked to some people about too. Jill's saying hi to everybody. Yes, need to make some new pirate videos. Give me some new pirate videos. A 6-day weekend. Yes, I guess for some people it's like a 6-day weekend. I think it's ridiculous. DL Findle is here. He says the key to vitamin D is that it takes time to accumulate in your system. You have to take it consistently over long periods of time. That is true, but I also have a lot of vitamin D in my system because I live in Orlando, Florida. And vitamin D comes naturally to me from the sun in the Sunshine State. But yes, vitamin C and quercetin and zinc and the stuff that I try to take daily. I should be taking them. I was doing them, all that stuff really good for a while, and I need to get back to doing it every single day the way I should. Yes. I would agree. There were a lot of the Jurassic Park sequels where the dinosaurs just don't look as good. What if I want to see ScarJo, but she keeps dissing movies that cater to the male gaze? Well, I think that's an insult to Sydney Sweeney directly, and she doesn't like the fact that Sydney Sweeney has come in and replaced the young version of Scarlett Johansson, which is probably what has happened. I don't know. Everybody, whether you're a famous star or not, your ideas about life and the way you present yourself change over time. And I don't know, guys seem to not care nearly as much. Like you look at Jack Nicholson, it's clear that he's never cared. Oh my gosh. So much streaming, it's so good from the past. Yeah. I didn't feel like they were much better, to be honest, but the storyline and characters are atrocious. I've got some shocking revelations. I haven't heard anything good about the story. So that seems to gel there. Kaladin 910 is here. God, I got a lot more people. I'm trying to catch up with the chat, guys. We are way behind. Who sounds like a Raisin commercial? Me? Is that the Heard It Through the Grapevine commercial? Everything but the kitchen sink. I can't. I don't know how popcorn. I love seeing I just love the popcorn bucket for Jurassic. I haven't seen that one. Christian Slater. Oh yeah. Christian Slater. I remember the interview a long time where Christian Slater said he couldn't change his voice and he just naturally sounded like Jack Nicholson. Yes, she did. She definitely bathed in the male gaze on that one. Guys, my goodness, thank you everybody for coming in today. I want to put this on the screen. This is our spread shop. We have a sale going on. Well, what a surprise with the 4th of July coming up. Expires today, though. Everything is 20% off as of today. So whether that is the Make Disney Walt Again merchandise, or it is any of this other merchandise. We've got Fedora Fine stuff. We've got the Follow the Bradleys Fun family avatar merch. All of that is for sale. 20% off today. If anybody buys anything from the spread shop, let me know in the chat if you do it during the show, because we will celebrate that. And now I think is a good time to talk about our celebrations. So anytime, later stuttering guitarist, anytime there is support from you guys for the channel, we love to celebrate that. Now we have a goal of 5 on the channel today. On Monday, was it Monday? Tuesday, July 1st, we met the goal. Of 5. And what I did for that goal is that you guys get to select where I'm going next on my next out of the house live stream. So that post and that poll is on the channel in the community post right now. Please go vote. And we will be taking that into consideration up to possibly including and over the weekend as to where I'm going to go out and be live next for you guys. So far, SeaWorld, I believe, is winning, but we don't know what it's going to be. So that poll is on the channel, on the community post right now. Go vote in that poll. Thank you, Tom, for putting that up there. There is the link to the spread shop. It's also easy. You're able to find it easily through the channel. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired. I'm working through stuff here. So, but yes, we met the goal. Now, the goal for today is also 5 super chats. Now, the super chats have to be chats and not anything else, not stickers or thanks. It's super chat specifically, but that's okay. I actually really appreciate the support from any memberships, anybody becoming a member, gifted memberships. That's huge, and we want to grow our membership a lot this coming year. And I think I've been doing the show for just about a year. I have to look and see when I started it, and I may be over a year at this point. I haven't had a year celebration of the Daily Dish show, so I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going. I don't know. We haven't figured that out. But anyhow, I do want to figure that out and see if I can make that happen. So, show membership, channel membership. Anytime anybody drops channel membership gifts or becomes a member, has a member milestone chat, or drops a super chat for 99 cents and up, anything but 99 cents and up counts toward the goal. If you can't do any financial support, please don't. That's really, really important to me. I don't want it to put anybody out, but if you can, that is great. We appreciate all that. So PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, Spread Shop, or super chat, super thanks, super stickers, any of that, or gifted memberships, any of those types of things. All right. We will celebrate that. And we want you to celebrate along with us. That's the whole point of a celebration. I'm celebrating all of you. You celebrate. So we're celebrating each other together. This is a community. This is one big thing. We're working out. We're building it. We're growing it. So we celebrate it. We celebrate it with some fun, dancey stuff most of the time. Could be other celebrations too. But anytime we do, we want you to celebrate with us by, if you're a member, dropping custom emojis in the chat or any other emojis. If you're not a member of the chat, drop some fire emojis or fireworks emojis or chicken emojis. I don't know, whatever. Snort poop is just dropped. Any of those types of things. What does a celebration look like? We're going to practice together now. Okay. And I'm going to show you what a celebration might look like. And you practice. Get your emoji finger ready to go. Let's practice. Let's celebrate. That's right, Jonathan. Nobody gets left behind, whether you are a member or not a member of the channel. If you do want to become a member, by the way, it is only $2.99 a month to support the channel, and every little scrap helps. Because I am trying to grow this thing. As you know, if you've seen me on Pro, you know that I'm on the WDW Pro show or that Park Place, that Morning Magic could be on T3PO. I could pop up on any of those. And they are growing and growing and growing. So we got to help the little guy. Me, I'm just the little guy. Help me grow as well so that I can become a bigger guy with a bigger voice, a booming voice across the interwebs. And it's the financial support that really helps the channel grow and grow and grow. It just is that way. So redirect your dollars from companies like Disney. And instead of spending $30 on the popcorn bucket, spend $30 over here. That's all we're asking. And I will give you as much amusement as I possibly can while I'm not exactly a theme park. That is okay. So if we meet the goal today, I'm going to feel a lot better. That's like just trying to get well. That's really... I hate to be selfish, but man, I need to feel better. And that would definitely help out a ton. Absolutely. So we want to get our first story on the board. My gosh, there's a lot to get to. I'm not going to get to all of them. I do want to let you guys know that I am doing a vlog for our last visit to Tom Sawyer's Island, also doing a vlog for SeaWorld and a review of their new Expedition Odyssey ride. So I've got those two coming out, as well as the story post. So there will be a ton coming out on the channel, and some of those I will probably make exclusive for members only of the channel. So become a member and get the exclusive. But right now, we are starting off with a story about Epic Universe. Yes, it is the universe that is epic. Josh D'Amaro of the Walt Disney Company welcomed Epic Universe, saying that he believed that it would help out the Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World with a new influx of visitors coming to Orlando. Well, so far, that just doesn't seem to be the case. As a matter of fact, while the numbers keep going up and up and up at places like SeaWorld and Universal, the attendance numbers aren't looking so great at Walt Disney World. Let's get this story on the screen. This is out of that parkplace.com for all the news that should be fun. Bookmark it if you haven't bookmarked it already. Epic Universe is already hurting Disney World attendance, and experts say the worst is yet to come. This is by a good friend Marvin Montanaro. And there is the beautiful shot of the fireworks over the Helios Hotel at Epic Universe, looking in from Celestial Park. Epic Universe hasn't even officially opened to the public. Wait. Oh, it has opened to the public. I don't know what he meant by that. It's a strange way to write that. So, Epic Universe actually officially opened to the public on May 22nd, 2025. It may already be shifting the gravitational center of Orlando tourism away from Walt Disney World, with billions of dollars on the line and attendance projections raising eyebrows. Experts believe Universal Orlando Resort's massive new park is triggering a long-term attendance crisis for the Mouse House, and the numbers support that view. Universal's parent company Comcast has spent over $10 billion developing Epic Universe and enhancing its global theme park footprint between 2018 and 2024. Epic alone, with its 5 immersive theme lands, including Celestial Park, Dark Universe, Super Nintendo World, Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, is expected to increase Universal Orlando Resort's annual attendance by 10 million guests, a stunning 50% boost from current levels. Now, let's compare that with Disney. The Walt Disney Company has pledged $60 billion in capital spending over the next decade for its parks experience and products division, but as of now, none of that staggering investment appears to be driving substantial near-term growth in Orlando. In fact, Disney World attendance is projected to remain flat between 2024 and 2026, a plateau that starkly contrasts with Universal's trajectory. According to a May research note from Moffett-Nathanson, Epic Universe alone is projected to bring in 5.2 million guests in 2025. That's this year, its debut year, and climb to 9.2 million in 2026. Universal's other Orlando parks, Universal Studios Florida Islands of Adventure and Volcano Bay, are expected to bring in 18.9 million guests in 2025, 18.4 million in 2026, resulting in a total Universal Orlando attendance of 24.1 million in 2025 and 27.6 million in 2026. Now, again, folks, those are the projections. By comparison, Disney World is projected to hold steady at 54.9 million guests per year during that same period across its 4 theme parks and 2 water parks. So while Disney still leads in total attendance, it's not growing. That's the real story. So Universal is surging, adding millions of new visitors thanks to a single new gate, while Disney's massive $60 billion investment has yet to move the needle. With no comparable expansion on Disney's horizon, the momentum is shifting fast and is shifting towards Universal. Now, I'm going to add in my 2 cents before I get to the rest of the story real quick, just because I want to say that what is happening here, why I find it interesting is because Universal is ahead of the curve at this point in time. They've opened the new gate. Yes, they're working on new rides at the other parks. They're going to bring down their version of Rock and Roller Coaster, put up a new one. Anyhow, my point is in the story that Disney's not going under construction to add anything new without first destroying things that people love that are already there and in place. That is a huge problem. For example, Splash Mountain changed to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Now, people loved Splash Mountain. It was beloved. They didn't add anything new by changing the theme. Nothing. So there's nothing there that excited anybody enough to go, oh, well, I wasn't going to go before, but now I'm going to go. No, see, they didn't do that. Same thing, destroying the rivers of America and Tom Sawyer's Island just to build Piston Peak is not going to get people excited enough. Not only that, but they're destroying it over the next several years. It's going to take 3, 4, 5 years for Disney to recover in what they've already destroyed. So it's going to be really, really difficult for them to play catch up at that point in time. Now, I think what we could see is a decline in Disney attendance down to under the 50 million per year mark, while at the same time, Universal could be going up, going up, going up, going up. It is eating into the market share of Disney, absolutely, and there's no doubt about that. As to the fact that that is exactly what is happening. So let me get this where we need it to. I'm going to put this back on the screen. Yeah. So there he is, Josh tomorrow. Even more telling, analysts expect Universal's other parks in Orlando to see only a modest decline in attendance as Epic Universe opens, indicating that this is not just shuffling the same visitors as capturing new ones potentially at Disney's expense. Despite these figures, Disney Parks Chairman Josh D'Amaro has publicly brushed off the threat of Epic Universe. Speaking earlier this year, D'Amaro claimed that the opening of Universal's new park could actually benefit Disney, saying if something is built new in Central Florida like Epic Universe, that tourists is going to have to visit the Magic Kingdom. No, they're not. Not true at all. The data does not back up his confidence, while D'Amaro remains optimistic. Industry watchers are far more skeptical. Professor Carissa Baker, theme park researcher at the University of Central Florida, noted the new gate openings often result in some cannibalization across existing parks, but Epic's appeal is strong enough that it may be reshaping tourist itineraries altogether. Wow. Baker herself has visited Epic Universe 7 times already and points to the overwhelming popularity of Super Nintendo World as a key differentiator. Every time I've been there, it's been quite crowded, she told Fast Company. People are just covered in Nintendo merchandise. It's not just about crowd size, it's about demographics. Moffat-Nathanson's analysis highlights that Epic's IP-based lands are now directly competing for the same families Disney once had a near monopoly on. Disney and How to Train Your Dragon, or Nintendo and How to Train Your Dragon, have both deep roots in childhood nostalgia and current youth engagement. Territory Disney has historically dominated. Comcast moves make it clear they want those families. Families, by the way, that have been quite ostracized by Disney's park policies. Changing the Disney look is a huge one. And I won't go into all the details, but one of the things parents usually don't want to do is have to explain to their children who might be confused by the looks of certain cast members what that cast member is attempting to portray. Or just something simple as seeing a Bugs Bunny tattoo on a Disney cast member while they're working. Not a good idea, Disney. And then also other types of things that ostracize families and traditional family values have been put on the line by Disney, and they are ostracizing those guests that once gave them all the money. And of course, they're putting in all kinds of bars. So, yeah. While Disney prepares to spend $60 billion over the next decade, the question remains, is that enough to turn the tide? There are no new gates currently in development at Walt Disney World, aside from relatively small additions and rethemes like the upcoming Cars, Monsters, and Encanto areas, most of which have caused guests ire as they're replacing beloved attractions and areas. There's no announced project on the scale of Epic Universe, not even close. The disconnect has observers concerned that Disney's strategy is not only reactive but insufficient. The Orlando market is changing rapidly, and for the first time in decades, Disney World's crown as the region's main attraction may be slipping. Epic Universe is not just a new park, it's a bold declaration of intent, one that's already drawing millions, rattling forecasts, and forcing Disney into a fight it may not be ready for. So I don't think that I don't even think they're ready to acknowledge what Epic Universe is doing. But what do you think? I want to know your thoughts. Put those down in the comments below. Do you think that Disney's going to respond to Epic in any way that's going to help Disney? Or will Universal keep eating into Disney's market share? Let us know down in the comments below before you go out the door. And thank you for coming in and checking this one out today. Wow. It's funny because when you have a little bit of a sore throat, you can feel the taxing on your throat a lot more. That's funny. Toothless shoulder plus. Oh my goodness gracious me. Doesn't look like yet we have a particular celebrations to go in the chat, but anything like that you bring up and we will throw down and we will celebrate that. Due to a longer day of streaming with this and culture and then that part plays and pro show and all of that kind of stuff, we will be cutting this show a little bit short today. Also, I got to save my voice taxing. So if there is any support that you want to get in, please do get it in this next story. We're going to put this on the screen for you. We'll get going. And then after this, we'll get right over to Culture Casino, okay? Dance Life with the Kingdom says, yeah, no, Disney's got nothing to compete with Epic. It's only getting better for Universal. That is true. Another bonus check. Happy birthday on the 20th of July. Oh, man. Okay. So let me see here. This last week has brought us a huge story, a good story from Disney, surprisingly. A story that could have gone south in a really, really bad way, but instead it ended up being a great story of survival and rescue and basically good things all around. And that is a story of, sadly, but goodly. Get to the sad part is a little girl, 5-year-old girl, fell off the fourth deck of a Disney cruise ship, but her dad jumped in right away, saved her, and very quickly they were rescued by crew members from the Disney ship. So that story is going around, and we want to get you some updates and some of the details of that story, where we are at with it, at least right now. Right here, this first post is out of X on this story. We're going to get this on the screen for you right here. You can see it out of X. This is WDW Pro, and he's retweeting from Scott Gustin. This is why you should never jump to a conclusion before the details are known. And yeah, we didn't know a lot of the details of what was going on. Scott Gustin says in a new statement, the Broward Sheriff's Office says the 5-year-old girl lost her balance while sitting on a railing and falling backwards through a portal. So, wow. The child's father, who didn't see the incident, jumped in the water and saved the child. Wow. This is the statement. I do believe this is specifically by the sheriff's office. The incident occurred at approximately 11:30 a.m. Sunday, June 29th, on Deck 4 of a Disney cruise ship while the ship was in international waters somewhere between the Bahamas and Port Everglades. Broward Sheriff's Office detectives continue to investigate the moments before a 5-year-old girl lost her balance while sitting on a railing, falling backward through a porthole. After the girl's mother alerted the husband, who didn't see the incident, he jumped into the ocean to save his daughter. BSO detectives said that after the 37-year-old father found his daughter, he treaded water until they were rescued by a tender that was launched from the ship. The crew's man overboard training and readiness paid off because where'd I go? Paid off because they executed a successful ocean rescue. BSO investigators said the total time from the child's accidental fall to the rescue was about 20 minutes. Once rescued, the father and daughter were checked out by the ship's medical staff. After the ship arrived Monday morning at Port Everglades, Broward Sheriff Fire Rescue transported them to an area hospital. The father was hospitalized. The family lives out of state. For the family's continued privacy, detectives are not releasing their names, where they live, or the details of the father's injury. BSO detectives have reviewed the ship's security video, which corroborates the statements from the family and cruise ship staff. The investigation into this matter continues. This family is so blessed. It's great to be able to respond to good news rather than what could have been a tragic outcome. And I would have to agree with that sentiment wholeheartedly. There were a lot of prayers being issued during that whole rescue experience, from what I understand, by people on board. And I am so glad that ended up being a really, really good story instead of what it could have been. We have a little bit more details, I think. I'm looking for them over here. Yes. And of course, this is from our good friends at thatparkplace.com. We're going to get this on the screen. Father dives off Disney cruise to save 5-year-old daughter who fell overboard. This is, again, out of thatparkplace.com. For all the news that should be fun, bookmark it if you haven't done so yet. And this is by one of our new writers over there, Cham Lee. And there is, I believe it's the Disney Wish cruise ship. And this is the story. What began as a magical Disney cruise turned harrowing on the final evening of the voyage on June 29th as the Disney Dream returned from a 4-night Bahamas trip. A 5-year-old girl slipped over the railing on the fourth deck while her father positioned her for a photo. Without hesitation, he jumped over the side to save her and treaded water until Disney rescue boats were able to reach the pair. Passengers recount a sudden bone-chilling splash followed by the father immediately plunging into the ocean after her. A mob, man overboard, alarm was triggered and the Disney cruise ship swiftly reversed course, deploying its rescue tender. There is a video that you can kind of see playing, and there's the rescue crew getting her back up. The father kept his daughter afloat, treading water for between 10 and 20 minutes, according to different eyewitnesses. I believe the corroboration now is that it's about 20 minutes, so that's pretty good stamina. Crew members threw life rings into the water and recovered both father and daughter quickly. Whew, thank goodness. Passengers watched, voices thick with worry and hope. Some described crying, others cheering as the bright yellow rescue boat approached. One onlooker recalled, "The man is a hero. He jumped in to save his child." Disney Cruise Line released a statement praising their team. "We commend our crew members for their exceptional skills, prompt actions, which ensured the safe return of both guests to the ship within minutes. The incident highlights the effectiveness of our safety protocols." Some passengers expressed astonishment at the child's fall, given the ship's plexiglass safety barriers on the fourth deck walking track. While the precise cause remains under investigation, no injuries have been reported. Some commenters have already started to question why she was on the rail to begin with. According to the Broward Sheriff's Office, the girl was not sitting on the ship's railing, as someone claimed. So I don't know. Well, you read that earlier, what was going on. But what it looks like is that she was positioned for a picture. Look, I don't know exactly how it happened. It's always kind of surprising when this kind of stuff does happen, because it's not something that seems that possible. But you never really know until you know. The Disney Dream, okay, I guess it wasn't the Wish, I guess it was the Dream. The Disney Dream returned to Port Everglades early Monday morning. The rescue pair was reportedly shaken, but physically unharmed. Well, we know that there's something going on with the dad because he was hospitalized. What could have been a harrowing tragedy to a dream vacation ended up with both father and daughter safe and happy to be back on land. So that's what we have out of that Park Place. Again, the update was at the beginning of this story with what the Broward County Sheriff's Office had said on X. And let me make sure, yeah. So at least, yeah. Apparently put the, I don't know. I don't know if he was up on the railing. It could have been, it had to have been where the family thought it was safe. There's something that they missed, something that they didn't see. I can't imagine that the family was purposefully putting the girl in danger. I haven't been on a cruise ship since 2017, so it's honestly hard for me to recall what those look like. But places where you could go over, we would definitely avoid. But what are your thoughts on the overall incident? What has happened? Are you happy? Well, I mean, obviously, we should all be happy for the family, right? Everybody's saved. Everybody lives. Good story in the end. But let me know your comments on how this went down and what you think. Let me know in the comments below before you go out the door. Thank you for coming in, checking this one out today. Yes, indeed. Yeah, there's all kinds of things that you have to go through before. Like, it's not just boarding the ship. There's a thing when you get on a ship. They do, what is that drill called? Muster drill. They do a muster drill for safety protocols and all that kind of stuff. So you go through all that. You learn safety protocols even as a guest on the ship. Hey, Canadian Family Life is here. Good to see you in the house, Tiffany and friends, this morning. I want to thank everybody for coming in today, especially when I am not, I'm not feeling up to snuff, if you will. I'm not feeling my best, as I would definitely like to. But you know who is feeling good? That is our good friend Culture Bear. And I know that normally I would wait until we have a super chat or something like that to celebrate this. But before we head over, let's celebrate our good friend Culture Bear with his Culture Bear dance. Culture Bear is here to stay. Yes, indeed, Starter Boost. There's the Culture Bear. Guys, thanks. I got to get running because there is a lot of things I want to put up on the channel, a lot of editing to do for you to get those things up on the channel. We will be here tomorrow celebrating the 4th of July. So tomorrow we have a special 4th of July morning event show. That is the plan. And hope that everybody has a great 4th of July. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Please keep checking out the channel for all of the things that are coming up. And please go vote where I'm going to go live next time. That is in the channel community tab. And until next time, we thank you so much. And we'll see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.